Good afternoon, everyone. This video I'm going to explain what got me into van life. I've always been this way. I've always been like a nomad. I guess growing up years ago, I remember my parents telling me, "You got to get married. You got to get the house, get the white picket fence, all that." And even when I got married, my dad's getting ready to walk me down the aisle, and asked me, "Are you sure you want to do this?" And I said no. And I should have told me right then and there. But anyway, years later, through some bad marital decisions and bad life choice decisions, I got to thinking about what I was going to do when I retired, and it's like you did not have a plan, and so like I said in a previous video, in 2019, I started looking into tiny home living, and then I stumbled across van life, and I said, that is what I've always wanted. So I've always been this way. I've always had, a, a gypsy soul. Some people have told me, and when I, came up, started talking to my friends and family about it, and they, she's done lost her mind. And it's like now, after they're seeing that, what I've accomplished with it, and, um, you know, let me be whatever I want to be, whatever makes me happy. And even now, when I'm like, like today, it's really cold. The temperature's dropped here in Florida, and it's raining and it's cold, and a friend's let me plug in at their house, so I'm very grateful to have a friend like that. But they go, so I'm not hanging out in my van. I'm not in the house. I visited with them. We went out to lunch, but then I'm hanging in my van. I love being in my van. And I mean, there's been times where it's like, laying here and just hearing the rain on the roof. Sometimes it's just soothes my soul, so to say. But it's like I've always been this way. I've never, how do I want to, I'm having a hard time finding the words, but it's like what society expects you to do. Society wants you to be in debt for the rest of your life, to have to work that, not, grind away at that job forever that you hate, to be forever in debt. And you know, at the rate I was going, it was like, and what following through the, it's like I looked at my boss and said, I am going to have to work until the day I die if I keep going the way I'm going. And I said, I don't want to die at my desk. And that just kind of got me looking into, okay, what do you got to do to change it? And that's how I was looking in tiny home, and I stumbled across van life, and it's like, that's exactly what I want. And why I chose van life over an RV or anything, an RV, it's like, okay, I know I am never going to mess with that black tank. I'm sorry. It's just not something, I am going to want to do. And as far as like, there's so much in RVs, you conform to how they built it. You have to go in. With van life, you can build it and move it around to where, okay, if I want my kitchen over here, I want my kitchen over here. And then I want to sleep over there. I'm not made to, okay, this is the way you're going to have to live. So, and that's why I came into van life. Plus, I came across a deal for a 2017 GMC cargo van. Had less than 12,000 miles on it when I found it. And economically, the lifespan of this van is great, and I can afford the maintenance on it. So, to me, it was a win-win. Other than not having a high roof, which actually thanks to Hobo Joe on the Go, I looked into a company out in California, and actually talking to them about and getting a high top put on this van, because after having back surgery, it is leaning over a lot is affecting it, and I do not want to have to go through back surgery again. But anyway, I absolutely love being in my van 24/7. I am actually working 40 hours a week, Monday through Thursday. My job is a flex where once my 40 hours are in, I can leave. That's it. So, excuse me. So I put in my 40, and then on the weekends I'm allowed to do whatever I want to do. I haven't videoed a lot of my what I call park time. I like walking trails and hiking. It's because after a stressful week at work, I need that headspace release. It gets me back centered, so to say. And my job is very stressful and high strung, so on the weekends I do anything I can to defrag from that. Anyway, I'm getting away from why I chose van life. Like I said, I've always had this gypsy soul type of person inside me, and now I'm able to embrace that. I've just got to the point where I said, I don't care what society wants. I don't care what mom and dad wants for me or anything. Now they're happy for me. But at the time, it's like, I'm tired of doing what everybody wants me to do. I am doing what I want to do for myself. And I said, at the end of the day, I got to be happy with me and my life choices. And I'm more happy now, having less. I'll get on that for a minute. My last year in my apartment, when I knew I was going to be doing this van life, I actually lived like I was in the van. After all the purging and everything, and I would purge a little bit at a time, so it wasn't that much of a hit, shock to what was going on. Like I'd get a donation box, fill it up. If I didn't get anything back out of that box by the time it was full, it went to the donation center. And I did that for a long time. The last year, I lived like I was in the van. Anything I cooked, I had to do it on one burner, because I knew I had a one burner stove. And stuff for the van I started buying and just stocking away, like the camping stove, the one burner stove, figuring out how I was going to light the place before I had a refrigerator and solar, how I was going to operate inside the van. So, and at first, when I first moved in the van, I didn't have a refrigerator. I did the whole cooler thing with ice. Well, in Florida, that ice does not last 7 days. I don't care what any Yeti or anybody says. In Florida, it don't last. In the summertime, it don't last. And that was last summer was my first summer in Florida in the van. Granted, it wasn't how can I put it? I've never been a big AC person. It's gonna be sweltering hot before it starts bothering me. So at night, yeah, it was hot in the van, but after the sun went down and having the roof vent and the fans on, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't and I'm not. You got to be sensible about it. If it's 100 degrees outside, or hitting the late 90s, find somewhere to stay. Don't be sensible about it. The same with the cold. If it's down in the 30s, and to me that's cold. I'm a Southern girl, so I've got an electric heater, a personal electric heater I can run, and plus I got actually it's a propane heater. So if I wasn't able to plug up at a friend's house, then I would use those. If it got really bad, I'd be sensible and get a hotel room. Okay. Sometimes you just have to do what you have to do to take care of yourself. If you're not here, then it's not good. So, but as far as being in the van and I love it. I would. There's no way I would go back to sticks and bricks at all. If unless they handcuffed me and told me I had to be there. I and it's like, the places I've got places I park at night. And then and change it up. I'm never in the same spot twice. In the same week. It's just you be sensible about it and be respectful of where you're staying at. Don't pull out your grill and your camping stuff and on it and all that at a Cracker Barrel. Okay, it's just not right. Or a Walmart parking lot. That's just, be respectful. If you wouldn't want somebody doing it in your own yard, then don't do it in theirs. That's the way I think about it. Anyway, how like, I absolutely love van life. It was a challenge getting here. There's a lot of things that I had to research and overcome because I didn't know what I was doing. I was like, I winged it. I spent many hours on YouTube trying to figure out, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? Where are you going to do this? Where are you going to do that? And Bob Wells is the guru. That's all I can say. Is I hope I can get to meet him one day. I've been saying the last 2 years I want to get to Quartzsite, and for some reason or another, like back surgery deferred that one this year. Actually, because in the midst of getting that high top put on the van, I'm trying to get set up. I just had to set up, get new tires. I'm going to get new tires next week, and excuse me, sorry. And then hopefully hear from the company to find out when I can get out there. Right now they're pushing appointments out until April, and to take the time off to drive the van out there, it's going to take 2 weeks to get there and back and get everything back in the van. So I could not plan to go out to Quartzsite now and then do it again when it's time to put the rooftop on. And right now I need that rooftop. So hopefully next year I'll be able to get out to Quartzsite and meet everybody, because there's a lot of channels I've been following and I interacting with, and I'd like to actually, meet the people face to face, sit around a campfire and exchange our stories and stuff, or get to know each other, and, trying to make friends out there. Here in Florida, it's hard, if you see another camper, to go up, hi, how you doing, I haven't broken that mold of going up to somebody, and introduce, trying to make friends in this community, and I would love to. So, again, I'm so glad I started van life. I wish I would have started it sooner, or knew about it sooner. And again, I hope everybody's having a great day, and be safe out there.